Watch. Wait.
Leaving North Africa and the Canary Islands, Santa has entered Great Britain. That's England, Scotland, and Wales. NORAD's analysis shows that Santa's on time and should be crossing the Atlantic Ocean very soon. There have been no delays for Santa here in England, and the rest of his journey is expected to go very smoothly. For NORAD Track Santa, I'm Air Force Lieutenant Jody Vasquez.
Let's look at Greenland. Come on, let's look at Greenland.
Didn't realize there isn't a video for Greenland.
Boys, tell me what's going on.
What are we watching on the computer?
Where Santa's coming and he is almost here.
We're tracking Santa, aren't we?
What day is it today?
The 14th.
No.
What is it, Tom? The 24th, that's right, Josh.
What's the name of the day?
Why is today special?
Because Santa's coming.
Yeah.
Tonight.
And why do we think about Santa coming?
Because it's Christmas Eve tomorrow.
It's Christmas Eve today.
Christmas Day. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hope the St. Nicholas will soon be there.
Who's St. Nicholas?
Father Christmas. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave lustre of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, and Comet on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fair, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Get that go, please. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled its head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right old jolly elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprung to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the dawn of a thistle. but I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all!" And to all a good night. Our story begins in old Nazareth, where a young maiden, Mary, was to marry Joseph. But one day the angel Gabriel appeared, saying to Mary, "There is nothing to be feared. You have been chosen to bear God's Son. His name will be Jesus, and he will save everyone." Mary was worried what Joseph would say if she was with child on their wedding day. But Gabriel gave Joseph the wondrous news that she bore God's Son, the King of the Jews. So Mary and Joseph were happily married, and awaited the child the sweet Mary carried. Then one day a messenger came to declare they should go to the birthplace to pay taxes there. Mary rode her donkey while Joseph led them on the long winding road towards Bethlehem. They journeyed on all day until night, when finally Bethlehem came into sight. As they entered the town, it soon became clear that they needed to rest, for the baby was near. But wherever they went, they were told the same thing. "I'm sorry, we're full. There's no room at the inn." "I have a small stable," one innkeeper said. "It's warm and it's dry, with clean straw for a bed." So that very night, before the break of dawn, the animals watched as Jesus was born. They all rejoiced as they saw where he lay, God's only Son in a manger of hay. They did not know that baby so small would one day grow up to save us all. High over the hills on that joyous night, some shepherds were roused by a dazzling light. "Do not be afraid," an angel said. "I have come with good tidings God wants you to spread. Born on this night is a baby boy, who'll bring peace on earth and goodwill and joy." When darkness returned and the shepherds were able, they left their sheep flocks and went to the stable. They knelt before Jesus and began to sing, "Praise be to God for our Saviour the King." Then they told Mary that all they had heard before they departed to spread the good word. In a land to the east over hills afar, 3 wise men saw a bright new star. The wise men knew that the star foretold the birth of a king, for it was written of old. And so they journeyed night after night, following the star that shone so bright.
Mommy, I know this part.
At last they arrived in Jerusalem town, where King Herod sat on the throne in his crown. They asked him, "Have you seen the new Jewish king? We followed the star in search of him." Herod was angry, for he was no fool. He knew that the king would threaten his rule. He said, "When you find the King of the Jews, return to my palace to pass on the news." So bearing rich gifts, they went on to find the little Lord Jesus, so gentle and kind. Kneeling before him, they started to sing, "With these precious gifts we praise the new King." But that silent night, as the wise men dreamed, God told them that Herod was not what he seemed. King Herod is filled with jealousy, and he means to have Jesus killed heartlessly. So listen well to this warning, I say, and journey home by another way. Then an angel appeared to Joseph one night, to tell him his family should also take flight. "Hark," said the angel, "pack up and flee to the land of Egypt till God calls unto thee." So Jesus was saved to teach of God's glory, and that is the end of the first Christmas story. Good night. Come on, let's go.
It's Christmas Eve 2010. The kids are fast asleep. Ready for Santa. Little does he know that Santa's on his way.